everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Blame Me. Hello.
Hi.
This is an M&M episode.
It is.
The best kind of episodes. Don't tell our other episodes. Oh, God, so early with the mouth.
It wasn't even like a juicy one.
No, it was. It's exactly what it was.
It's usually.
And we've lost all of our listeners.
No, they're here for it.
They like it. They like good wet sex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, this is an advice podcast. If you are new here, if you want to call in for an upcoming episode, the phone number is 310-694-0976. And if you're an international listener, you can send us an audio message at meghanpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I'm really hot. Why am I wearing a turtleneck?
I don't know. That's what you brought to wear.
Yeah, but I thought it was supposed to be cold today. And some days it's really cold in here, and some days it's really not. And I thought today was going to be one of the days it was cold.
Well, that's what you get for thinking.
Well, guys, if you want to watch the YouTube version, you can see my turtleneck. Otherwise, I wore this for nothing.
I got on this sweater, too.
Yeah, I like this neon on you.
Half titty out.
That's what we like to see.
My bra's neon, too.
What? Oh my God, it's the exact same shade. It blended right in. Mine is like the same shade as my skin. It's like a beige bralette, which is not sexy.
It was cute. I saw it.
It's not.
Yeah.
Also, because I'm like recently off my period, so this boob is still.
Yep, I saw
so
that
much,
too.
Dude, like, has it always been like that?
I don't know. I didn't notice till you brought it up.
Me neither. But like, maybe it's been like this my whole life and I had no idea.
But when they were like bigger, weren't you able to see?
I don't know. Everything about me was bigger.
Yeah, but like I feel like it would be more prominent then because both your boobies were bigger then.
I should look in some pictures and see. Yeah. They were so big.
I know, I've seen pictures.
I know Moss is like, you don't want to do that again? I was like, you don't want me to continue to eat gluten and blow up like a balloon and fucking vomit all the time and die? No, I'm good. I'm good without that. But it was a fun time.
I wish I could just sit here naked.
Yeah. I could be down for that. I have no issue with nudity.
Yeah.
Big surprise to everybody.
I have none
Shocker. Shocker.
That had nothing to do with what you were talking about.
Have you ever seen those things where it's like everybody has that one naked friend and if you don't know who it is, it's you?
Yeah. I mean, I know it's me because I'm naked.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not in public, I'm naked.
My favorite, though, air conditioning on. Sweatpants pulled up right under my boobs. Tits out, no shirt.
No.
That's my jam.
No. All naked, head to toe. That's my jam.
I like naked top up more than top down. I mean, bottom naked.
Yeah.
Because, like, boobs are more cozy, rubbing like a furry blanket. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just that when I keep on my clothes until if I start in clothes and then I'll keep them on until I'm done with work. Like if I come home from a long day and then I still have work to do, then I keep my clothes on because then I'll be too cozy. So then as soon as it's like a treat, as soon as I'm done with my work, then that's when I get naked.
So do you ever wear sweatpants? Do you have an in-between?
My in-between would be like if I've gone out.
Is shirtless.
No, if I've gone out like to like the mailbox and I put sweatpants on.
Okay. Oh, so but situationally, exclusively.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I have like 20 pairs of joggers. Like I love a jogger.
Yeah.
But only like yesterday I went to work at a coffee shop. So I put the joggers on then. Came back home, finished up work. When I was done, everything came off.
Oh. Yeah, mine is sweats. As soon as I walk through the door. I don't know if I've ever sat on my couch in jeans.
No, it's as soon as, because I usually have to pee because I really don't like peeing in public. As soon as I get home, I pee and then my pants are already off. So then.
Yeah.
If it's that and I still have work to do, pants will be off, but I'll still have my top and bra on.
That's fucking weird.
It is weird.
That part? No, it is. It's not even the top. It's the bra.
It's the bra. But if I take my bra off, then I'm too comfortable. But then, so I'm just walking around like Winnie the Pooh.
I take my bra off in the car when I'm done with something.
Really?
Yeah. I take when we're done with the podcast, take my bra off. But when I'm doing after an audition, I take my bra off in the car.
I probably only wear bras 25% of the time.
Same. So
this shirt is completely see-through. If I don't have a bra, that's the only reason I have one.
Yeah, that's the reason why because this has little holes, and sometimes my like nipple will pop through the hole. Yeah. And it's like, what's that cute little pink detail? Should we get into the calls?
Let's do it.
I'm fucking excited for this.
Hey, Meghan, Melissa, and potentially guests. My name is Veronica, and I'm a 23-year-old recent university grad. I'm currently living at home with my parents, but I am saving up to get an apartment and live on my own. I really want to move out and be more independent, but I do also want to move out because there are times when I cannot stand to be in the same room as my parents, particularly my mom. This is in part to do with the fact that I've heard them having sex multiple times while growing up. I never got the talk from them. They're pretty Catholic. They're not super strict, but I guess they just never wanted to have the talk with me. And I also never wanted to bring up the topic of sex or anything about sex because I always felt judged or like super uncomfortable. So yeah, when I was growing up, I'd hear them and it obviously made me uncomfortable, but it also made me very angry. And the fact that they would do that, even though I was in the room right beside them, and this anger has kind of stuck with me over the years. Fast forward last month, my parents and I went on vacation to the West Coast to visit some family. At our Airbnb one morning, my dad was doing the dishes. I was sitting on the couch on my phone and I heard weird noise. So I kind of stopped what I was doing and like paid a bit more attention. And I realized I heard my mom in the bedroom moaning quite loudly multiple times. And so obviously one can assume she was masturbating. It wasn't as if she was trying to be conspicuous or anything. She was quite loud. My blood started to boil and my heart started to pound really fast. And I was just so pissed because I know that I would never want my parents, of all people, to hear me masturbating or having sex with someone in the room beside them. I've heard friends having sex in the room beside me, and that's never made me feel this type of anger. I know that compared to other people my age, I am quite inexperienced sexually. I do masturbate frequently, and I'm not closed off about having sex. I've just had some weird encounters with guys in the past year, so I'm just trying to do me right now. And you know what? I am obviously happy that they still love each other and they're still in tune with their sexual side. And I hope that when I'm their age, I'll still be in tune with my body and my sexual side. But it still just makes me so mad that they don't even have the decency to hide it a little bit more when I'm around. There's also been times where family or friends will bring up the topic of sex and my mom will always say, "Oh, don't say that in front of Veronica. She gets embarrassed." And that makes me really actually embarrassed because I'm worried that people will think I'm an immature child. And it's not actually the topic of sex. It's just my parents having sex in that image. There was this one time that someone asked my mom about her and my dad, and she said how my dad had to go over onto her side of the bed to have sex with her so that they wouldn't disrupt the dog in the middle of the bed. And she said that right in front of me, which made me really weird, like feel weird because obviously it's my parents and they sleep 2 rooms over from where I sleep. And this image now is just burned into my mind. So, is this bad of me to be getting so upset and so angry when I can hear them? Am I being a prude by getting uncomfortable when I hear them? I need any and all advice because I'm just worried that when this happens again, because I know it's going to happen again, that I'm just going to get all worked up and crazy angry again.
You should.
Please help me.
Okay. I'm super fucking sex positive, but it's crossing a line.
When I was in high school,
Oh no.
my parents' room was directly above mine.
Your sisters listen to this podcast.
They know this.
Okay.
They know Thursday night was sex night. I would hear them having sex, and so I brought it up to them.
I was going to say that's what you should do.
Yeah, that's what you should do. I would be like, "Hey, I can hear y'all boning, so like, don't." Or what I actually did was like, I knew it was Thursday night. That's when that was bone time.
Leave some condoms on their
So I
pillow.
would go, and my mom
yeah.
had a hysterectomy, so that wasn't happening. I would go and just sit on the on the computer in like the other room, so then I didn't hear them.
Yeah.
So I think you should just tell them.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the way to do it because I think like it's just a weird, they're talking about sex in front of you, but like they are being like, oh, she gets embarrassed about it. But yeah, it's dancing around the subject and that's not, no, like, and I think like you often, like they have needs and I think it's great. You're trying to be positive about it. You're so happy that they are still doing that kind of stuff. But like there is a sense of, I don't know. It's like the same thing, like, I think smoking weed as a parent in states where it's legal, like you do it, but there's also a legal, like if you think about sex, there's like a legal age, an age of consent essentially. So if you've been hearing this your whole life, like it's one of those things like, yeah, you're not going to smoke weed in front of your kids. It's legal. It's not legal for them yet, but like there is a sense of, kind of keep.
Yeah, maybe they don't know.
That you can hear them?
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have if they're boning so much?
She didn't mention.
Maybe he got one of them got their stuff.
Yeah.
Their stuff all tied up and they're just going to Pound Town. Yeah. I mean, I think you have to say something. And I think it's totally valid and fine to be angry. I think I think I was questioning before. I was like, well, what's the pissed off like anger about? And I think it's it feels disrespectful.
Yeah.
It feels like these are my parents. I would never do this to disrespect
Also
them.
gross.
And also she knows that her parents would feel incredibly disrespected if she did that in their house, and it's not the same thing back. Maybe they're trying to get you to move out.
Maybe. I would, if you're not going to move out and you know they're frisky, get some good noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, I would write a note and just be like, when they're fucking, put a Post-it note on the door, slip it under the door, be like, I can hear you.
They're not going to pay attention to that.
No, but so when they're done and they walk out, they see it. So if you don't I think you can write them a note, and it doesn't have to be long. It can.
But then if she writes the note while they're boning and then goes and slips under the door, she's like right there.
No, you plug your ears while you do it.
Okay. Get those headphones.
Yeah, I think you say something, and I don't think it needs to be.
I mean, yeah, because
hi, I love you guys so much. I'm so happy you guys. You don't have to do all of that.
They're clearly okay with talking about sex in front of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, just tell them.
Yeah. And if you feel awkward, write a note, and then noise canceling headphones, and then start looking for an apartment.
Mm.
This is not cool.
For me, I'm just like, whatever, because I've lived through it.
Oh.
It's gross, but like, once things are said and you make a solution, you move on with your life.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll be embarrassed and they'll like settle down a bit.
Yeah.
I just can't even imagine masturbating in Airbnb like one room away.
Yeah, but her dad was in the same room with her.
I know.
That's so weird. It's funny though.
And also I wonder how Catholic they are, because isn't it like you only have sex to produce children? So is that in the words of Elle Woods' Legally Blonde? Child abandonment every time. Oh, I mean, it's not for a woman because you're not seed, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Wow. I really feel really bad for you. I'm really sorry. And it sounds like you might be an only child.
My parents broke a bed.
I don't need to know that.
Like a few days, like when I went home for Christmas, I was like, this bed is broken. It was actually 2 beds.
Get it.
One of them's the guest bed that I had to sleep in. And the other one
was
the one in their room was broken as well. So I think they broke the one in the room.
Then they moved to the guest room.
And I was just like, this is gross. But then my dad had somebody come fix the bed. And that was it. And I had them flip the mattress.
Wait, so did you tell your parents you could hear them?
Yeah.
What'd they do?
They kind of like laughed it off. Yeah. Actually, I didn't tell my dad. I just told my mom, because my dad would have flipped his shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just told my mom. And she was like, you're right, Melissa. And I was like, no, I really can't.
And were they a little bit quieter?
Yeah, but it was more like the mattress was squeaking, so you can't quiet that down.
I can't imagine.
Like that song.
I've only ever heard friends having sex.
What's up?
I told you the story about how I was on the top bunk bed where my friend was fucking the dude on the bottom.
And you
one.
were on the bottom swaying along.
We were on the top swaying.
Top, yeah.
And it takes like a while to realize who it is that she's fucking, and we're like, who is that? Gross.
Hi, Megan. So I am 20, and I've been in an on and off relationship, kind of, with a guy who's 26 for about a year. We have a really good time together, and I really enjoy him. We say that we love each other and all this normal relationship stuff, but he is very weird about social media and doesn't want to be friends on social media, doesn't want to show anything about us on social media. And like I said, we've been off and on for about a year. So I don't quite know why we've been off and on. He is an alcoholic, so sometimes he goes on binges and disappears. So I guess that's part of the reason. But I feel like he's kind of ashamed of me. I haven't met his mom yet, and he's told me that it's because he thinks that his mom will offend me by the things that she says because I'm super sensitive and all of these sorts of excuses. And I just can't tell if he's taking me very seriously. So as a result of that, I've been kind of going off on the side a little bit and just, I don't want to say fucking around, but fucking around. And sometimes I feel guilty, but then I think about how I feel like he hides me, and I've confronted him about it, and it just gets nowhere. So I don't know if I should just continue it. He graduates college in December, so I don't know, like, if I should think of a future, if I should just go with the flow. I know this is kind of, it doesn't really make any sense. It's a whole bunch of things that I don't have time to explain, but any advice would be great. Thank you. Bye.
We're going to have different opinions on this.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you not see the TikTok? I've been looking, why you ain't posting me? Oh, I get it. You don't want your other hoes to see. It's the TikTok. You are a side hoe.
Nobody knows who I'm dating until I've broken up with them. I don't ever post who I'm dating on social media, and I don't want them on social media.
He doesn't want to be friends on social media.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
You don't want to follow your boyfriend?
Nope.
You don't want to follow your boyfriend on social media?
Nope.
That's not true.
No, that is 100% true.
But the one I'm thinking of, you guys had followed each other prior.
Yeah, but like...
Because you were friends first?
We were friends first. That's the only reason
you wouldn't... But is your Instagram public?
Yeah.
So then there you go. So his definitely isn't. Unless because that's the whole thing. I think he doesn't want you to see what's going on there. And I think I don't think you would have... I would assume she wouldn't have an... Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, you're normal and chill.
Yeah.
And also, you would be defining the relationship and all of that stuff. So not being not like posting each other on social media, that wouldn't be the one of many things. That would be the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend is married to her husband, and they're not friends with each other on Facebook or any social media. She doesn't post about him on Instagram. She'll post their kids, but she doesn't post about him.
Yep. Okay, but do you think this guy is like...
I don't know him. I'm just saying for me, and I'm giving, like, I don't like posting about my significant other on social media, and I don't want to know what they're doing on social media, and I don't want them to know what I'm doing. But they can, like, it's open. I just don't want them to follow me.
Okay. I think that's valid. I think that's fine because also that's not hiding.
It's not hiding, but like I want to have like, I don't want him to like, I'm not the type of person that like sits and posts on Instagram story all day. But when I was on Facebook, I would like post what I was doing all day. Yeah. And then it just like makes it so we don't really have anything to talk about later. So I'd prefer to have the mystery there. So then we have stuff to talk about.
Okay. No, I think that's valid. I mean, I didn't post mods for like a year. While. I think over a year. I think we were dating for like a year and like 3-4 months before I ever posted anything about us being like us together or whatever. And I think we became friends on Facebook last year before last, maybe 2 years ago. And we've been together. So that part I understand. I think that this is all sort of red flags for me. And I think that's the part. I think that's just part of it. And I think like there are exceptions to the rule of if like your significant other, because I don't think it's posting. I don't give a shit about like if you're posting your significant other or not, but it's, I don't want you to follow me. I don't want any of that stuff in conjunction, like paired with the fact that every time you try and bring up like a future and talking about something, he completely shuts it down. He goes off the grid. You don't hear from him for all this sort of time. You haven't met his like family and all that. I think you're a side hoe, and you're not a hoe, but I think like there is no, like you've been doing this for enough time that like when you say, I want to think about, should I think about a future? This is the future. This is what's happening. Like, this is what it is. Like, are you cool with this? Because nothing's changed. And if he had any desire to change that, and I think him ghosting and resurfacing from a serial ghoster, ghosting and resurfacing, if he's not backburnering you and being like, if he really cares about you and it's like, hey, I'm so sorry, I'm like going through some stuff right now, I kind of need to pull back, I don't want you to take this as I'm not interested in you and all of that sort of stuff. Like, he's not worried what you think. Like, if he just like disappears and that sort of stuff, and I understand like you saying like he's an alcoholic and it might have something to do with that. I understand that aspect, but I think it would also, that would be a conversation after, if he's in recovery and it's something like if he's like going to AA and doing all of that stuff, he's going to AA and he shouldn't, not in a relationship, but should be, I don't know. I think that's all exception to the rule. I think the most likely thing here is that he isn't really taking you seriously. And that's what you said. You're like, I don't know if he is treating this seriously. I don't think he is. I think I get labeled as ageist all the time, but a 26-year-old with a 20-year-old, I mean, he's in college. Like, he's like, fuck yeah, I get to date these like hot young things.
Are you in college too?
I think they go to college together.
Okay.
I just think if he wanted to be serious and actually date you, he would have. And this like cat and mouse back and forth, ghost resurface. I think anytime someone resurfaces after ghosting without an explanation, it's not a good one. That's the reason why they're not giving it to you.
I agree with that.
Because we're ghosters. I don't resurface.
I don't either.
Like, if I ghost you, I'm done. But that's also because I'm choosing to ghost you. But if he's ghosting because, hey, he's got a girlfriend. Hey, he's got a wife. Like, he's got something like that. He doesn't get to choose when he's ghosting. It's like, oh shit, I have to pull back, no contact, come back with no explanation, or a shitty one at that if you don't buy it. Then I think, yeah, it's so much more than that. And he's shown you this, and I think you should not feel guilty for like sleeping around, because I think he's probably doing that too. And then also, even to play,
even
like,
if he's not, whatever, you're doing it. So
yeah, and even if he's not, he's clearly doesn't want a relationship right now. And if he wants one eventually, who knows if he'll want one with you. And it's not on you to like wait for him through all of that. Like, live your life, piece him the fuck out. He's leaving, he's graduating, you're still gonna be at school. Be done.
Yeah.
Watch the TikTok and say boy bye. I get it. You don't want your other hoes to see. How does it fucking start?
Never heard it.
Hey, Meghan. So it's kind of a weird story. Not that weird, actually. So I've been hooking up with this guy for like a few months now. It's fine. Like, have fun hooking up with him, but it's definitely nothing more than that. I don't have feelings. Don't think he has feelings. Anyway, I happened to get an invitation to my cousin's wedding that is in March. So the invitation was just sitting on my dresser in my bedroom, and he happened to see it. And I got a +1, I guess because I'm her cousin. I don't know. Got a +1. I'm not in a relationship, have not been in a relationship in a very long time. So it kind of caught me off guard. And I wasn't planning to bring anyone because it's a family wedding, whatever. And he made a comment like, oh, I love weddings. Did you get a +1? And I was like, yeah, actually I did. Haha. Like, but don't have any plans to bring anyone. And he's like, well, if you want to bring someone, I'm happy to go. And I like laughed about it because I was just like, we just like hook up in the darkness of night. Like, and then I clarified, I was like, that's like my cousin's wedding. Like, my whole family will be there. Extended relatives, everyone. And he's like, yeah, so what? And like, I guess for him, it wouldn't be as weird as me bringing a boy around, because it'd really be the first like boy I brought around in like an adult life besides like a high school boyfriend. And now I'm like thinking like, is it weird if I did bring him? Because the wedding would definitely be more fun for me if I had like a buddy there. But at the same time, it's a family wedding, and I'm just not sure if I need to introduce this boy to my whole family and then be like, no, he's just a friend. But then like, I just don't know how it would all go down in person. And not that like my family would judge me, but it would just be a bit of a weird situation to be around. And then I'd be asked about him forever, and like, can just tell them like, oh no, we just hook up and we're pals. So if you think I should bring him or shouldn't bring him or anything, let me know. I'm obviously not going to make any decision on whether I bring him around until it's way closer to the wedding, because it's 4 months away and we're just hooking up, and who knows if that would even really still be happening then. But any advice you could give would be great. Thanks. Bye.
Don't bring him.
Nope.
Hell no.
Unless, like, it seems like he likes you, though.
No, it seems like he likes weddings.
I don't know.
No, he seems like he likes weddings. They're young, so there's not a lot. They haven't had a lot. I fucking love weddings.
But
now I don't.
Dude just loves weddings.
Oh my God, I know so... I'm sorry, Wedding Crashers. There's a whole fucking movie about it.
The whole point of them going was because they were trying to fuck people.
Weddings are fun, and maybe hasn't been to a ton, and like, or just he just really. I think it's a party. It's literally a party with an open bar with this girl that you're fucking, and like music and fun, and like it is fun. And also, we don't think weddings are fun now because we've been to so many.
I enjoy weddings, but I'm just like, I'd never would want to go to a wedding with a fuck buddy where it's their like family member's wedding. Yeah, like if it was a friend.
Yeah. Or if 100%.
It was
you've got 15 cousins, it's a 15th fucking cousin. Yeah. And you've gone to and you're fucking done. Yeah, bring them.
Yeah, but like not at the family wedding where everybody's going to be asking about him and how are you going to introduce him?
Yeah. What if he does something weird that embarrasses you?
You guys are going to go fuck in the coat closet like.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think it just gives me there's a huge potential for the icks where like you're just gonna go and like what if he like gets really drunk? I mean, what if he does something embarrassing and like you don't like and you're like ugh, and it kind of does reflect on you.
Like, do you know him other than fucking him? Like, do you know him as a person?
Yeah, and if he was your best friend, but then at the same time you'd be dating,
right?
I just say no. I think like. It is going to be so much more effort than it's worth. And it's going to be one night for you guys and for him. But it's going to be like the next like 3 fucking years for you. Mm-hmm. And like, what if you start dating someone like right after and like you introduce him to your family and your parents like, whatever happened to that other guy? And you're like, no.
Just fucking.
Yeah. And I would also say I know someone who was, and they were dating, not boyfriend, girlfriend, but was dating this girl. And he very early on got a +1 to a wedding, invited her, and it was like maybe like 2 months into them like dating or like hooking up. And I think they were just hooking up at that point. He invited her, and then fast forward, the wedding was maybe 4 months later. He fucking hated her, and he was waiting to like break things off till after the wedding because he's like, I can't, like already plane tickets, done all of this kind of stuff. And the issue is being the +1 to the wedding. She took that as, wow, this is a really like. He likes me. This is a step. Advance. It's serious.
This isn't too far in advance, I don't think.
No, but I don't think. But I'm saying you're saying you wouldn't decide now.
Yeah. But it's just too much. That's just too much.
No, I think if you're gonna bring a fuck buddy, you invite them the day before.
Yeah.
Like it's, and I don't think you can because it's a family wedding.
He invited himself essentially.
Yeah, I just think no. It's just not going to be more fun for you.
No.
I think it's so much more.
You're going to have fun with your family.
Yeah.
What if, because everybody at weddings is just thinking about the next wedding. Like, they're already marrying people off. And then people are going to be like, oh, you're next. And then they're going to be like, here, catch the bouquet. And he can catch the garter.
And what if your cousin has like a really like hot single friend?
Yeah. Or a cousin that's not your cousin.
Or like a groomsman. You know? Like, yeah, I just say no to a family wedding.
No.
I think
friend wedding. Maybe.
Yeah, destination wedding for a friend wedding. No, I would say for a friend wedding. If you need, if you're going somewhere like more alone.
If it's strictly just fuck buddy.
Yeah.
But if you're friends with them, that can complicate things.
Yeah. No, I just don't think it's worth it at all.
Me either.
And you guys might stop hooking up in like a short amount of time. And also the issue is he would need to potentially get a plane ticket, get a tux, do all of that kind of stuff. So like, you can't even really do it like last minute. And also like have fun with your cousins. Like your single cousins would be like, bitch, what? What did you do this for? And also you can just tell him if you don't want to like hurt his feelings, you can also be like, oh, so I talked to my cousin and like turns out I got a +1 as a mistake. Yeah. Like family doesn't get +1s, which is typical, you know? And like, what if he like gets in the pictures?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Do you know what I mean? And like you have all these pictures of you in a bridesmaid's dress with him, and it's like, oh yeah, this is dude I fucked one time, or like a couple times.
Yeah,
I just think it's weird mood.
What'd she say? Under the cover of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. What if you see him in the daylight and he's like not hot?
It's like Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. Oh, I just like can imagine it just being cringe. Like he just does something and you're like, oh. I hate that.
Oh, and then that ruins him like for your fucking too.
And then you like see him on campus and like you like and he's like, oh, such a fun time we had at that wedding. And you're like, ew, why did I bring you to my cousin's wedding? Yeah. Like, why were you there watching my cousin get married? Yeah. Weird.
I think he wants to be serious.
You do? Mm-hmm. I feel like he just might love weddings.
I think he wants to be serious. A family wedding?
Maybe he's socially inept. Maybe he doesn't know how weird that is.
If it was just a friend wedding, I get it. But he wants to go to a family wedding where he knows he's going to be introduced to all these family members.
Maybe he does. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a total possibility. I think it's a 50-50 chance. He either likes her or he just like thinks he's doing a solid of being like, you've got a +1. Hey, if you need one. He
asked her before he even like, he was like, do you have a +1? Like he asked her. He wants to go to this wedding.
Maybe he just, I don't know why I think he just really likes weddings.
Anybody just like likes weddings like that. Like enough to go with their fuck buddy to their family wedding.
I would though.
With a fuck buddy to their family wedding where you know you're getting introduced to everybody?
So the only wedding I had gone to up until recently was my godmother got married. I was a flower girl. I loved it. I loved
How old
it
were
so
you?
much.
7?
Yes.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to a wedding so bad. So if I had a fuck buddy who like had a wedding, I would have been like, can I come? I pretty much did that to Monts' brother's wedding. I was like, am I going to come with you to this wedding? Granted, we were dating.
Right. Different
But,
story.
Yeah. We weren't dating for that long.
You've known each other,
No.
though.
Yeah, we were only dating for 3 months and
But
I went.
how long did you know each other before
Like a
that?
year and a half.
Exactly. It's a different
It's
story.
true. Yeah, and it would be awkward because I am in some pictures.
Yeah. He wants to lock it down.
Find out if he does, though, and let us know if he is into you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious. Or if he really likes weddings. I think you're probably right, but I kind of want to be right. Okay, guys, it's time for a quick break, and we will be right back. If there's something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp Online Counseling can help. BetterHelp offers licensed professional counselors who are specialized in issues such as depression, anxiety, relationships, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem, and more. Connect with your professional counselor in a safe and private online environment and get help at your own time and at your own pace. Anything you share is confidential and it is so convenient. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions as well as chat and text your therapist. If for some reason you're not happy with your counselor, though, you can request a new one at any time for no additional charge. And best of all, it is a truly affordable option. Our listeners even get 10% off your first month with the discount code BLAME. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/blame, then simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/blame. Namaste. Okay, everybody, we are back from our break. Did you miss us?
No.
Wow, fuck you. Play the next call.
Hi, Megan and Melissa and guests. So I kind of have a weird situation going on. I have been dating through, I'm 19, by the way. I'm in college right now. I'm a nursing student. I've been dating through Tinder and Bumble pretty much recently, which is new for me, but over the last couple months. But I started consistently talking to this guy over probably the last month and a half. And we started sleeping together pretty fast on, even though that wasn't really the end goal. I understand online dating kind of results in that. But so here's the problem. He has the biggest dick I have ever seen. I'm not saying it's out of this planet or anything, but it's a good almost 8 inches or so. And I'm tall, but I'm a petite girl. I have a pretty small pelvis. And so what happened was he actually blew a disc in my back. So he partially tore a disc between two of my vertebrae in my back. I'm really into this guy, and it's honestly some of the best sex I've ever had in my life. He makes me come crazy, and I've never come from any guy I've slept with. That's not the reason I'm really staying with him. I like him a lot as a person and everything, but I'm he literally blew a disc in my back. I'm trying to I don't really know what my question is as far as I guess I'm just trying to figure out if it's worth it for me to keep trying to have sex with him and be with him and see what can happen. But I'm kind of scared that it's going to happen again or something similar might happen. I didn't even feel it when it actually happened. It was more the couple days after. I really like him, and I'm really confused, and I don't know what to do. So if you could please give me some advice, that would be so helpful. Thank you. I love the podcast. I love you. Bye.
Question. Am I wrong in thinking that sounds much more to do with position than it does with dick?
It's 100% position.
Because you can fuck a pregnant lady and you don't fucking hit the kid with your dick.
It's position.
Yeah.
Also, you're the nursing student. You tell us what to do.
True, bitch. You're in school for this. Yeah, this sounds like a position thing to me.
Yeah.
And if his I'm thinking of he's getting at you from behind and his hand is on your back. And then do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the movement of his, him fucking you, and then the movement of his hand. It has to be something like that.
Yeah, I would say get on top because first of all, your back is gonna be straight.
Yeah, but when she's on top, she's taking it all.
No, not necessarily, because she could be up on her knees and she can control the depth.
Okay, well, your quads are going to be
it's going to be burning.
You need to go start going to Pilates if you're not.
Or if you have him hold your ass and then he moves you up and down too.
Practice with some wall sits.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to work on your core and your back strength.
Oh, and you can also put a pillow.
You can put a pillow.
And then fuck him on top.
Yeah. You could go big spoon, little spoon.
Yeah, don't do it from the back.
Mm-mm.
Don't do it from the back because that's...
You can be against the wall, then you can't go anywhere, or headboard.
Yeah, and also if you can also like, grab his balls when he's like, engage other parts of his penis so they're not all inside of you.
Yeah. We need to know position.
It has to. It's position. It's not the size of his dick because we measured. My fuck buddy, he literally had a smart water bottle for a penis. I mean, it wasn't like the Good Place where it literally has wind chimes, but it was like I'm waddling after, but it didn't break my back.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like my vagina is sore.
Position and motion.
Yeah, it has to be
because he could have just been like in you all the way and then just like rotating, but he was banging it in there.
Because I dislodged a disc in my back from falling down stairs.
Yeah.
And nothing was inside of me. Yeah. Do you know, like,
yep.
It has to be an outside force. Mm-hmm. If you tell him this, he'll be, I don't know if he knows, he'd be so flattered.
He'd be like, I blew your back out.
I
wore that ass out. Don't take it up the ass.
Oh my God. My asshole clenched so tight. My colon felt that. Never once been like aware of my colon. Now I am. Holy shit. Fuck, that got me good. I think you and also I think fuck buddies like instructionally sex wise, it can kind of just tend to be more of like a rough and tumble, whatever happens. And you just have
wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
And sometimes talking about it like kind of like defeats the purpose of a fuck buddy. But I would just say, and you can even do it in the moment if like you start to feel something's off and just be in tune with your body and like where his hands are. Because like you ever had like someone's fucking from behind and their hands are on your lower back or whatever, and you're like, no, you can't. There's too much weight
arch
here.
That ass up too.
Yeah. Well, also, but if you're putting your hand on me,
it's too much.
And because you're moving, I'm not moving, but every part of you is moving, and you're shifting lots of shit in me.
Unless you're the one moving and he's being still too.
That's what I mean. If I'm fucking pinned down.
No. I know. I'm saying like. Different motion.
Oh,
this is different motion. Can we poll the room? I won't say who else in the room, but there's someone here that has serious back problems.
No, her face. I literally the whole time I was like, shh. Her worst nightmare.
Yeah. So like, do you have any position recommendations?
To be honest, I haven't had sex in 1.5 years.
Okay.
Because fuck my back. But
yeah, I would say on your back though, right? Most likely.
On my back.
I don't think on the back would not. I don't think. Yeah, if you've got that's not good.
Okay,
no. That's why I was saying she needs to be up
on top.
If she can control the motion, that would be the best because she knows what hurts and what doesn't.
Well, she apparently doesn't though.
But now she's
doing it, she knows like what shift hurts. So like when they're doing it, whatever she can do to control the motion, and the hands on the back, that's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But if his hands are like. I know I hate when people's hands are on my stomach, but like if his hands are on her stomach and kind of lifting her like pelvis up, that'll help support her.
And a pillow. I think if she had a pillow under her ass and she's riding him.
Yeah. Whatever support she can give to her lower back is gonna be
I think that's
really helpful.
Yeah. And then also if it
wear a back brace.
Wait, do we know where in her body, where the, like, is it up top or?
She didn't say.
Yeah. So I would say if it's up and up top one, don't have him pull your hair. Like, keep your neck, like, don't fuck with any neck sort of shit.
But yeah.
But just tell him and and you can even bring it up like in a funny way. It's like, hey, so congratulations. I have something for your tombstone. You dislodged you
broke my back.
You broke my from us fucking. And it's like, hey, I'm still super down to hook up with you, but like
it must have been good because she wants to go back for it.
And say that. It's like, we just got to choreograph it. Yeah. And then he'll just be aware. Because I think that's the whole thing. It's like you weren't aware in the moment because you were enjoying yourself and neither was he. But if you guys are both a little more like cognizant of it, of being like, oh, this is not feeling, this is going to hurt it. Well, best of luck. If anyone is in the medical field and has any,
she's in the medical field.
Well, clearly she's still a nursing teacher. She's still a nursing student.
You gotta ask your teacher.
Thankfully she's still in school.
Yeah.
You've got some more to learn. Let us know when the curriculum gets to sex-related injuries.
You can watch Sex Sent Me to the ER. Is that the name of that show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If anyone has any good stories about sex health, like sending them to any crazy things, we'd love to know.
100%.
We still love learning about how, dicks can rip and all that shit. There's a certain angle that your partner knows more than you do.
Yeah.
So you're like, I can only see so much with a hand mirror.
So you gotta get you the full size mirror.
Just no. Fuck no. I always just use my phone and I'm like, I hope I never can take any pictures.
You know that your FBI agent that's checking in on you.
Yeah, he's seeing if my yeast infection's cleared up or not. It's the only time I'm ever looking and being like, am I good? Is this working?
Hey, Megan. I'm 22 years old and I don't live in Alabama, but get ready to hear some Alabama ass shit. So I lost my virginity 2 years ago, late in the game, to my stepbrother. It was consensual and we were both adults, and the whole story is too much to tell you right now, but he did start it. And because we did everything together, from sharing a room to a car, we spent all of our time together, and I caught feelings for him. Our parents found out about us sleeping together the same day that I found out I was pregnant, and they kicked us out of the house. They never knew that I got knocked up, and I went to the doctor and got that taken care of. But my brother moved far away, and every time we see each other, we still sleep together. And I've talked to other guys, but I can't get over him. He's all that I ever think about when I'm talking to anyone else. And it's hard to cut him off because my family's super intertwined and we have to communicate sometimes. Last time I saw him, his dad told him he thinks I'm in love with my stepbrother. And he's right, but I know nothing could ever come of it. My stepbrother is talking to a girl right now that he really likes and we get along well. And I'm super sad because I don't want to lose him. And I just want advice on how to get over him without cutting him off. Because he is coming for Christmas and nothing is holding me back from sleeping with him again, even though I know I shouldn't. So I need to figure out how to cut that off, because I know it's going to be hard once he starts dating this girl that he's talking to right now. If you have any advice, just let me know. I know this is a weird situation, but thanks.
This is a situation.
You have to go to therapy. Also, and I say that because also you made it really, you stressed very early on that like it was consensual. You didn't specify the age difference, which is incredibly important.
They were sharing a room though, so I would think
and a car,
so they're probably the same age.
Yeah. I will say I'm impressed that you referred to this as some Alabama type shit.
Yeah.
There's a self-awareness there. This is, I mean, to like go all therapist-y on you, I think you do need to go see a therapist, because this isn't, it's the same sort of thing that developing feelings for like if we're gonna okay, sure, Gossip Girl, like Serena and Dan, technically, like there is a relationship established there before, and we've had people who've called in who've like they've been dating, and then if their parents start dating and all of that sort of stuff, but there's something else going on.
How long were you guys siblings before this happened?
No, she just said that they were like living, they like sharing a car, and she ended up falling for him.
How long? Like, have you guys been step siblings since you were 6? Or have you been step siblings since you were 15?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Because that changes the dynamic in the situation. Because if it's since you were 6, that means you were raised as just like siblings. If it was a couple years ago, then that changes.
I would assume it was a couple years ago. I would think if you were raised as kids together, your parents wouldn't have kicked you. You know what I mean? I think it would have been a...
She did slip up and just say he was her brother at one point and didn't say stepbrother.
Dude, you gotta go to therapy. Like you have to work. This isn't, I don't want to ever say something like, oh, this isn't normal, but there is like a certain level. And like, I even think like reflect on my own life when there's certain things like getting yourself into certain situations, or you end up somewhere and you're like, my friends this hasn't happened to my friends.
Yeah.
Why is this happen to me? And life obviously happens to you on occasion without your control, but you end up in some places and you're like, why? What did I do?
Yeah, and I'm just like, if it was like 16, you're hormonal and you're in the same room with a person of the opposite sex, I can see that. But if it's been like longer than that, there's other issues
100%.
going on here. Not issues, but other concerns that you should maybe speak about with a therapist. But like...
I also think, even to be fair, even if it was you were just teenagers... If you're 16, I don't want to say the term you know better, but there is something that's your, like, I would think it would need to be young enough that it doesn't feel weird.
But like, you know better, quote unquote, but like, it's almost like getting away with like the perfect thing because you're 16 getting to share a room with somebody.
That's so weird.
When you're...
Yeah, you're right.
You're like it's like you don't have to sneak around.
Yeah.
You've got that built-in person that's in the same room with you already.
Yeah, but I mean, I think whatever it is, like there's something that you need to work through, which is why you did this and why and I mean, and I would say the exact same thing to him if he was calling. Like it's not. Yeah, it's like,
are you in love with him? Because you said you caught feelings, but then you didn't confirm the feelings that your stepdad said that you were in love with him.
I don't think you are. And I don't think, to be totally honest, I don't think in this situation you can be. I think this is so much bigger than him. And I think like I think if you compare it on a lighter note to like really, really, really like 14-year-old girls who are in states with like 14 is the age of consent, who fall in love and marry 60-year-old men. Like that's, there's a reason behind it. Like there's something that's either you've dealt with as a child, or there's some undealt with trauma. There's something, or just how your brain is like going through and processing decision making, and that is something that's like a huge thing that happens as a teenager. Like your frontal lobes aren't fully developed till you're 25, but also that's you don't know that if your frontal lobes are going to develop until you're 25, and if they haven't, and like that's a whole other aspect of evaluating, of being like, okay, where are you, like, yeah, where's your rational decision making at? And I think like if you were 16 and it was super hormonally charged and all of that stuff, I still just think like there would need to have been a reason and something else that would have been able to get you there, as opposed to being like, oh my God, my fucking stupid stepbrother. Like he's so annoying, or like, we're going to be friends. But I think I think it needs to be unpacked a lot more, because also if you were 16 and your parents are having you guys share a room, I understand like financial struggles if that's not possible. But at the same time, I would feel kind of not taken care of, and I wouldn't feel necessarily safe if I hadn't known this kid before, and suddenly I'm having to like share a room and share all this like intimate stuff with another teenage boy that I don't know. And I would kind of feel, you don't really feel like safe. And even if that's just, again, it's not at the front of your mind, it's all subconscious sort of stuff. But I don't think it's a process of getting over him. I think it's a process of going to therapy, talking to a professional, and being like, how did I end up in this situation? And like, what can I do to work on myself and understand myself more so I can take care of myself. Because I think that's the issue. Like, this resulted in an unplanned pregnancy, which then also resulted in you getting kicked out of your house. Like, your irrational decision making skills right now are putting you in danger.
Hooking up with him.
Yeah, and to say, I think you need some help in figuring out how to read your own cues and read those things that you're drawn to, so you can protect yourself in situations, so you don't end up in a like incredibly dangerous situation because you haven't been able to prevent that before. Like, this isn't necessarily quote unquote dangerous, but getting kicked out as like a younger person, that's a lot. That's having to fend for yourself and doing all of this kind of stuff. I think you need to figure that out, because it's not getting over a crush. It's like processing.
You can't just get over him because he's part of your family. He's not going anywhere. So you've got to get professional help.
And also, if that also means that sometimes you spend, if there's a family reunion or something, you bring a friend as a buffer, or you don't attend. You keep that distance and separation, because if I think you're right. I don't think there's a big age difference, but say that there were, regardless of it, both of you participated in this, and both of you have whatever you're dealing with and whatever led you here. He's dealt with something. It might not be the same thing, but that has also led him to that point. So if you're going to work on healing and figuring yourself out, you don't know that he's doing that. So you need to separate yourself from him for as much as possible. Because that's not.
What does your mom say about all this?
Well, that's the part that makes me worried, is because if their response was just to kick you out, that to me is like.
And they didn't even know you were pregnant. How did they find out?
I would assume they caught them hooking up. But yeah, I think there's stuff there that, because here's the thing, like you have to deal with this, because he's not going to be able to bring a girl around. And you're not going to be able to bring a guy around, because until both of you deal with this, and the only person you control is you. So until you process this and go through this and figure this out and like go on that journey of therapy and all of that stuff, you're not going to be able to bring a boyfriend home and being like, yeah, this is my stepbrother, we used to hook up, sort of a thing. Because like you just need to figure your stuff out. And I think it probably won't be quick, but this isn't. No, it's not it's not a typical, like, how do I get over a crush in a boy? Because there's so much more to it. And you only get yourself in those incredibly sticky situations. And I don't want to liken it to like an abusive relationship, but getting over an abusive relationship, that's not just like, how do I get over my ex-boyfriend? It's like, there is something involved that is,
it's just a lot
I ended
of
up in a really terrible situation, and I need to be able to trust my own judgment and my instincts to prevent myself from being in another place like that. And it's obviously no one's like, it's the only person who's at fault is an abuser in that case. But there is some sort of checking in with yourself to figuring out, like, how do I break this cycle of this kind of stuff? Because I think if you don't, and you just like get over it, you're going to get into like an equally sticky, really not kosher sort of relationship. On a lighter note, we've got an update.
I mean, it's lighter, but not light. But it's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay. I'm nervous now.
And it's from like a long, long time ago.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. I'm nervous now. Now I don't trust anything.
Hi, Megan. So recently this is really random, but I just wanted you to know. I remembered that a few years ago I had called in and asked for some advice. And you guys actually answered my question, and it was crazy. And so I was like, I really want to find the episode again. So I've been listening to all your episodes because I couldn't remember which one it was. I finally just found it. It was from November 24th, 2017, and it was with Lily Marston. And I called in because I was 16 or 17, and I just started this job, and I found this girl really attractive, but I lived in Kansas at the time, so I had grown up in Kansas, so I was like, no, this is not good. I had like forced homophobia on me because my family and everything, and obviously just the people around me. I I lived in a small town, just like you guys were talking about. And, you know, the advice you gave back then, you know, I kind of just took it in and I was like, yeah, that's great advice, but I don't think I'll ever use it because I was scared. But then I eventually, a few years later, decided to move to Colorado, and I went to college here, or I'm in college here, and everyone's so open. And now I'm 20. That call was 4 years ago, I think. And I have come out as bisexual. I have told everyone I love, you know, every person I date knows I'm bi. And I don't know, just listening back to that, you guys are really awesome, and you gave really great advice. And little 16-year-old me, like, I'm crying. I'm almost going to cry. I'm going to make myself not, just thinking about it, because you were like the first person I even felt comfortable enough to talk to about that. And now, you know, it's this many years later, I just remembered that you guys actually answered my call. And it's just really cool what you guys are doing, you know, and your Facebook group, I'm a part of that. And it's like a little girl community, woman community, and I just like it a lot. And it's really cool because I don't have many people to talk to, and I obviously didn't have many people to talk to back then either. So I just want to say thank you, and I'm really glad that I found the episode, and I'm really glad that I'm comfortable in my sexuality now. And my family reaction's fine. They didn't really make a big deal out of it, and neither did I, and everything's just different now. So thank you guys so much. I love your podcast. Bye.
Oh my God, that is so fucking cute. Dude, I'm so happy for her. Oh my God. And I'm sure you're listening because you're part of our Facebook group. So like you listen. That is crazy. I never even thought of, I didn't even realize we've been doing the podcast for 4 years. But then when you think about it in age wise, 16 to 20, those are formidable years.
Yeah.
That is a big, big jump. That's fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And literally when you were saying like you moved to Colorado, we were like, hell yeah, Colorado, hella gay.
Yeah.
There's a great queer community there. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so fucking happy for you. And that's so sweet. I can't believe we were like the first people. Like, oh, wow. And not to make this about me, but feeling special. But like, this is so exciting.
It is.
And just like, yeah, I think it's amazing. Like that jump. And I think like the last couple updates have a lot of been like, that age jump from like I went from a teen to I went away to college. Yeah. And it's such, I had a terrible college experience, but I think if you if you are in like a small town or from like a very, whether like a religious community or anything like that, you're able to like meet so many more people in college. Like who knows? You might be like, hey, I'm going to come out. Hey, I'm going to watch porn now. All of that stuff. That's amazing. That gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside.
It does.
It's hard to give me that feeling. Oh, I will.
So sweet.
So sweet. What a good way to
round this episode out.
Wow. What a journey we've been on, guys. It took some turns that we didn't anticipate.
Yeah.
Definitely thought it was going to be a lot more lighthearted than it ended up being.
No.
That's on me for
thinking. That's what I keep telling you.
To think?
Yeah. You thought it was going to be lighthearted. That's what you get for thinking.
That's true. That's what I get for thinking and not doing work.
Yeah.
So if you guys enjoyed this episode and you want to give us a call for an upcoming one,
please someone call if you've had experience with your step sibling. Because I think it happens more often than not. It
happened in Clueless.
Yeah. But they didn't know each other till they were older.
Yeah.
She'd had a couple stepmoms before that. Remember, her dad had dated other people. But, like, they weren't sharing a room. Mm-hmm. They weren't sharing a car.
Mm-hmm. We don't know if she ever got pregnant.
We do, because they had the series that came on later. She wasn't
pregnant. I mean, in the movie, in 90 Minutes, she wasn't pregnant.
Right. But then they did the movie that picked up after, the TV show that picked up after the movie.
With Alicia Silverstone?
Alicia Silverstone, but everybody else was in it, but Alicia Silverstone wasn't.
Was Dion in it?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy lady.
Yeah, she was crazy, but everybody else was in it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd?
No, he wasn't.
Oh.
It was somebody else.
So we don't know if they had a kid, did we?
But it was his character was there.
Oh my God, they just recast.
Yeah.
Wow.
They broke up because she was still in she was 16 when that happened. She was still in high school. He was in college. So of course when they made the TV series, they were like, can't have her dating a college kid.
Yeah, did they break up?
Yeah, so they broke up.
So no kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of other movies where it's happened.
It's a big
Life with Derek.
It's a big.
Okay, but that's disgusting. Like Cruel Intentions is like truly like that's,
it is.
You don't watch that and go, ooh, I want to do that.
No, but it's a big category on Pornhub.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of like Life with Derek, except it was Disney Channel. And it was weird because like you would ship, they were step siblings and you were like, oh my God, they're so cute. They're flirting. And like, it wasn't until I became an adult that I was like, why was I? And like, it's not like like they never kissed. They weren't each other's romantic interest, but there was like a sexual undertone of the whole show. And there were rumors that the two actors, it's literally a Disney Channel show. And there's rumors that the two actors were hooking up and that's why like it was there. But like, yeah, it was like you wanted them to like get together. And then it was like, they're siblings. They're step siblings. If you guys want to be on an upcoming episode, give us a call at 310-694-0976. And international listeners, you can send us an audio message at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us. Our socials are listed down below, as well as the podcast, Don't Blom Meme Pod. If you guys want to listen ad-free, check us out on Stitcher Premium. We also have the YouTube, the video version on YouTube. And then if wherever you're listening to it audio-wise, if you want to leave us a nice review, tell us how cute we are. We'd love it. I'm going to burp. Goodbye.
Bye.
Whatever struggles you're facing, from depression and anxiety to trauma and grief, BetterHelp can connect you with a professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient, you can schedule secure video or phone sessions, as well as chat and text with your therapist. And anything you share is completely confidential. Best of all, it is a truly affordable option. Our listeners even get 10% off your first month with the discount code BLAME. So why not get started? Simply go to betterhelp.com/blame and fill out a questionnaire to get matched with a counselor you'll love today. Don't Blame Me is a production by me. Executive produced by Melisa Monts. Camera operator Amanda Lechner. And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso, part of the HerPod Network.